first national park was established on March 1st, 1872, but the National Park Service was not created until August 25th, 1916. Before the National Park Service was created, national parks and monuments were administered by multiple United States departments, including the Department of the Interior, War Department, and the Forest Service of the Department of Agriculture. In 1933, an executive order transferred 56 national monuments and sites to the National Park Service and played a critical step in the development of today's national park system. With over 400 national parks and millions of acres in the United States, visitors from all over the world come to explore the parks every year. Even with temporary park closures due to the coronavirus pandemic, NPS received 237 million visitors in 2020, and typically the parks receive over 300 million visitors yearly. The National Park Service's mission is to preserve unimpaired natural and cultural resources and values of the national park system for the enjoyment, education, and inspiration of this and future generations. As of 2016, the National Park Service had over 55 million square feet of constructed spaces, which included visitor centers and structures. It was also estimated that the entire National Park Service consumed the equivalent of 17,000 U.S. households in electricity. In 2012, the National Park Service introduced the Green Parks Plan, which defined the strategic, collective vision for long-term sustainable operations by establishing goals to improve sustainability and reduce greenhouse gas emissions throughout the national park system. The goals of the Green Parks Plan include continuously improve environmental performance, be climate friendly and climate ready, be energy smart, be water wise, green our rides, buy green and reduce, reuse, and recycle, preserve outdoor experience and promote healthy engagement, strengthen sustainability partnerships, foster sustainability beyond our boundaries, and green our grounds. I'd like to focus on the first goal: continuously improve environmental performance. The three objectives of this goal include continuous expansion of environmental management systems to implement the Green Parks Plan and integration of sustainability across planning initiatives, emphasis on environmental compliance through environmental audits and resolution of any findings, and compliance with the guiding principles for high performance and sustainable buildings through the development and implementation of the NPS Sustainable Buildings Implementation Plan. The National Park Service created the NPS Sustainable Implementation Plan in response to the Department of the Interior's Sustainable Buildings Implementation Plan. The key areas of focus were design and construction of new and renovated buildings, operations and maintenance of existing buildings, leasing practices for buildings, concessionaire operations and management of buildings, and disposition of unneeded buildings. With a goal to demonstrate leadership, the National Park Service have developed guiding principles which include employing integrated design principles, optimizing energy performance, protecting and conserving water, enhancing indoor environmental quality, and reducing environmental impact of materials. They have also implemented U.S. Green Building Council Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, or LEED criteria. NPS currently has about 80 LEED buildings and 122 buildings that are considered sustainable. NPS has created many partnerships to help guide their progress in sustainability. One initiative supporting the National Park Service is the Climate Friendly Parks Program. This program provides tools and resources to the agency to guide sustainable operations. Some work of the Climate Friendly Parks Program include measuring greenhouse gas emissions, educating staff and partners on climate change, and assisting the parks in strategy development to address sustainability-related challenges. As NPS sites attract hundreds of millions of visitors every year, they have a tremendous amount of opportunity to educate visitors on green buildings. More specifically, buildings of the National Park Service, especially visitor centers, should be implementing and educating the public on regional sustainable strategies. For example, Florida parks such as Everglades National Park or Big Cypress National Preserve should be incorporating more solar into their design. For the past few years, the notorious Flamingo Visitor Center, soon to be Guy Bradley Visitor Center, in the Everglades has been undergoing renovations with the goal to preserve the building and increase efficiency. After looking through the detailed plans of the project, I noticed that no solar was being placed on the building. And according to the last climate-friendly parks audit, electricity accounted for 10% of the park's total greenhouse gas emissions. Another strategy that could be adopted is stormwater management practices, as this is of great importance in South Florida. Park rangers and volunteers would then be able to use these practices to educate visitors and Florida residents on the importance and ease of implementation of these sustainable design strategies. As the National Park Service focuses on conserving natural public lands, a heavier emphasis needs to be placed on the education of its visitors. As climate changes, species are becoming more vulnerable and landscape is changing. If you take a look at Glacier National Park, only about 25 glaciers remain, and some of them are almost too small to be classified as a glacier anymore. Pikas are also being threatened due to rising temperatures. The National Park Service seems to be taking serious steps towards greening their built environment through internal sustainable goals and policies, alongside external partnerships. If this can be incorporated alongside education to the public, NPS could become a key in the future of sustainability practices.